Welcome back. It's time for Markets Unusual, and joining me for the conversation this afternoon is Gary Alfonso. Gary, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. So we're talking patents, or is it patents?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because patents and patents is the same thing. But we know it as patents because we see in movies, and we also see online and on YouTube, patents submitted worldwide. And why are we talking about patents on Markets Unusual today? You're asking, what's the relationship? Statistics show that the relationship between the registration of provisional patents worldwide is directly linked to the growth of GDPs in countries and also the growth of companies internationally. So I quickly want to show you in South Africa and why we're talking patents and why it's important to understand the role of patents in society and also how it affects, well, not only economic growth, but our corporate activity environment. Is, as you can see, the South African provisional patents has decreased 40%. From around about 2017, 2019, just before the pandemic, decreased by about 40% up to this year. And the fact is, well, obviously the pandemic had something to do with it, but the majority is filed via inventors or entrepreneurs directly, not companies. And it's a lot of people who might have like small inventions and stuff like that and innovations. But the exit of large companies from South Africa has also resulted in the decline of patents. And why this is important to understand is that when you look at completed patents or provisional patents and how they've been how they're being submitted and who's submitting them, it's clear to see that where it comes. Smaller inventors and innovators are one thing, and the cost of it is quite inhibitive, particularly if you want to register global patents. So one of the interesting patterns emerging globally is that in South Africa, groups like BRICS, from the BRICS country, companies that are involved in BRICS are registering much higher percentages of patents in South Africa, while in other areas, you see in the year 2000, Anglo-American and De Beers filed 26 provisional patents, whereby in 2024, they filed 0. So they're filing it overseas. South African multinational companies have reduced their R&D budgets. And for instance, in 2003, Sasol filed 35 provisional budgets or patents, whereby in 2024 they filed 1. So, and university funding, only 29 filed in 2024, whereas earlier about 130, just about 10 years before that. So interestingly, we see BRICS increasing 339%, Russian companies 412%, and India 268%. And that's purely because of the role in which South Africa and BRICS are playing a closer role. And here's an interesting thing. Almost everything you have on you has been patented at some point. But one of the things you don't know is how food patents are one of the major verticals within patents. And it's interesting that it was in 1929 somebody registered sesame seeds in peanut butter to make it last longer, and it was patented. And in 2006 somebody patented that tahina can make your hummus last 3 months longer, and if you love hummus, you know you got to have it. So and a big interesting patent patented this year or filed as provisional is pizza water, in which you throw it on your little pizza and makes your pizza taste better. We'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, that's an interesting take there, but I wish you had some hummus to give to me, because the last time you gave Zinati a tomato. Well, but anyway, we will chat in the next 2 weeks. Gary, thanks so much for your time and insights. That was Gary Alfonso.